Chapter 22, Ever Revealing, Meghan Mercury. Miss Torres always taught us that there was a cheer to cover for every situation. Your team was down by 50 points, E for effort, that's how we do. We're proud of you. Pouring rain for the entire game. Weatherman, you're no good. The bleachers were on fire. EMT for you and me. Let's all hear it for the VFD. She was wrong. There could be no cheer, no chant, no routine for a situation where the entire world was upside down. On Saturday, Governor Holland was coming to Hardcastle to hang a medal on Noah. It started out as a celebration for just our school, but once people like Mayor De Silva and Superintendent Schultz got wind of it, the whole town was involved. Decorating the cafeteria had become an obsession. No classwork had been done for days. All anybody had to say was, "Can we make more streamers or poster or paper chains for Saturday?" And the teachers would be off to the art room for supplies. Seriously, Earth could have had an extra rainforest if it weren't for the construction paper we used. As I walked through the halls, Noah's face beamed at me from every wall. My school, where I'd been head cheerleader since 6th grade, hosted the best pool party every spring. I used to be somebody in this school. Now I was just the almost victim the super kid had saved. And the most important thing about me was that my house had been there to allow him to become super. Could you do a cheer for insanity? Give me an I, give me an N. No, nothing to cheer about here. On Friday, the Hornets won their 11th straight lacrosse game, breaking a school record and taking first place in the county conference. And did anyone congratulate the players or the coach or the goalie who had the shutout or Zane who scored 4 goals? Of course not. Instead, the Hornets stormed the sidelines and hoisted the super kid up onto their shoulders for a victory lap. And while that was going on, the rest of my squad cheered louder than they had during the actual game. It was the last straw. "Oh, please," I exclaimed in disgust. "You act like he's personally responsible for the 11-game winning streak. He's never even touched a lacrosse stick in his life. And if he did, he wouldn't know which end to hold. He's a cheerleader, like the rest of us, except that we're good and he's hopeless." They didn't like that. Vanessa stood right up to me. "You're the one who always told us that school spirit was just as important as physical ability. Well, Noah has more spirit than anybody. And he definitely gets the crowd excited," Kelsey added, which is every cheerleader's main job. "Noah's a great cheerleader," Vanessa insisted. "Maybe he didn't start out with mad skills, but he's worked really hard, and you give him credit, no credit at all." "Fine," I conceded. "He isn't as clumsy as he used to be." That's not saying much. No one's as clumsy as he used to be. So sure, he improved, but only because it's impossible to be less than 0. "You're wrong," Vanessa said seriously. "He could be as good as any of us. You've written him out of all our big routines. Most of the time, he's just cheering by himself 30 feet away." "Where he can't do any harm?" I pointed to her nose. "You know that better than anybody." She shook her head. "Well, he'll never be able to show that he's on our level because you won't give him the chance. The last time I gave him a chance, he nearly took off your head." She looked me straight in the eye. "You always told us that cheerleading was as legit as any sport, that it took just as much ability and drive and commitment. Well, Noah's more driven and committed than any of us. He's ready to show that he's got the ability, only you won't let him. I bet you're not even grateful for him for saving your life." "Hey, no one can be sure that I would have," I protested. But Vanessa had already turned her back on me and joined the other cheerleaders.